Okay, B'Shud Morai Rabotai. We're starting today Shemuel Aleph, Perek Bet, the Shira of Chana. So just quick review of what happened last Perek. Last Perek was the story of Chana, right? That was she couldn't give birth. She went praying, and we said her co-wife Penina was teasing her also to make sure she daven's hard. So after her husband said, "What you worried? I'm to you like 10 children." She figured that even my husband is not praying for me. She went to Shiloh to pray, and Eli thought that she's drunk. He accused her. And then she told him that I'm not drunk, I'm davening, and we learn a lot of laws of davening from her, and therefore he blessed her. He said,
why she called her drunk? Because kasher and
kashera and shikura
shikora
is the same word. Okay?
same letter.
So therefore, he blessed her. He said, Hashem should give you your Mishalot Libasa. Okay, so this starts from here. So she had a child, and she brought him when he was 2 years old. She brought him to Eli and gave it to him to work in Beit HaMikdash. He was Levi, right, from Elkanah, that was Levi. So he was going to work for Beit HaMikdash and for Eli Kohen Gadol. So this perek starts with Shira. So we have a few Shiras in Tanakh. One of them is Az Yashir. We had in Shoftim we had the Shira of Devorah, and this one is the Shira of Chana. But it Palel Chana. But interesting enough, all the other ones it says Yashir or Vatashar Devorah. This one says Betit Palel, teaching you that part of Tefillah has to be praise of Hashem, right? Her Shira was praise of Hashem. She's doing a Shira because Hashem gave her a child. She got what she wanted, and we'll see in this Shira she makes a contrast of people that sometimes are down, they go up, sometimes are up, they go down, all in hands of Hashem. So that's her prophecy. And from this Shira we see that Chana is also one of the Neviot, and Chachamim count her as one of the Shiva Neviot. But it pelel Chana v'tomar alatz libi b'Hashem Rama karnit b'Hashem. She Chana davened and said, my heart rised towards Hashem and got exalted. My Keren got exalted. Keren is usually means horn, but it shows the pride of a person, because why the rams that they have a horn, that's their pride. But here, my pride rised, right? I became proud. Right? She was very down. They didn't have any child, and Hashem gave her a child. But here is the remez that Keren, her child, which is Shemuel, is going to anoint. We'll see in another part of her Shira that talks about Keren and a Melech. She anoint the proper Melachim with the Keren. Right. So Gemara says the ones who he anointed with the horn, that put the oil in the horn and then anoint the Melech, that kingdom lasted. But the ones he didn't do with the horn, he just did it in a jug, didn't last. Right? The first king, Shaul, didn't last. David's kingdom last. He did it with the the right way with the horn. No, that's Gemara's Darasha from this Karni. Rachav pi al oivai, my mouth became wide on my enemies. Who is referring to oivai?
His sister, Zaneh.
That's Penina. El Kovai, right? That's what Rashi says, Al Penina. Even though she was doing it, we said, Leshem Shamayim, she was the other wife of Elkanah, she was teasing her. Oh, did you feed the children today? Oh, I forgot you don't have children, right? She was teasing her. Why? Was Leshem Shamayim? She wanted her to daven. Rashi here says, Al Penina. This is the last one. We are up to here.
Oh, yeah, here.
Yes. Even though she did Leshem Shalom, but since she hurt her feeling, she's called her enemy. And she gets punished. We'll see she got punished severely for that. Ki samachti bishoatecha. I was happy with your salvation. En kadosh ke Hashem. Okay, so all these songs, one more thing that I have to tell you about this her song. Two things we see from it, but two different mefashim. Targum Yonatan. Radak quotes Targum Yonatan and says all these things are prophecies or future, right? Targum Yonatan. استلت خنا بروح نبوءة means خنا davened with the نبوءة with the spirit of نبوءة وأمرا كوار شموئيل بري عتيد لمهابن نبي. She said already that my son Shemuel is going to be also a Nabi, right? Al Israel and it goes in Kadosh Hashem one by one quotes parts of her Shira and says these are Al Sancheriv, Malkad Atur, right? She's giving Nebuan Sancheriv, the king of Ashur that comes, wants to attack Jerusalem and they all die overnight, time of Yechezkel. Belechem al Benoi the Haman. Even on the Bnei Haman she gave a Nebuah in this Shira. Right? Seveim belechem, right? Because they were satiated, they had a lot of money, now they became desolate. So those refers to Benot Haman. Hashem memidu mechaye, all these things, according to Targum Yonatan, all these things that she's saying, Gog uMagog. The all future Nebu'ah. She went all the way, even Sancheriv, Nochadnesa, all these things she gave a Nebu'ah. That's one way to explain. The other ones explain that her Shira hints to the davening of the person, right? Ramah Ka'ani B'Hashem, that refers to Magen Avraham. Right? Then it says En Kadosh Hashem, that's at a Kadosh. El Deot Hashem, that's at a Chonen. All one by one, they bring all Shemona Esrei is in it. Right? Hashem Memidu Mechaye, that's the Chiyad HaMetim. It's not in the right order. Later, Chachamim established the Tefillah. Tefillah, the way we had it today, they didn't have. This is just the beginning. First, we learn from Chana how to daven. Then, later on, and Shekin Gedolah, they established the seder of the tefillot, which one goes first, which one goes second. Okay. Pasuk Bet En Kadosh Ke Hashem. There is no one holy like Hashem. Another word of Kadosh, meaning of the Kadosh is separate. Hashem is separated from this world, right? Nothing similar to Him. Ki en biltecha, there is nothing besides you. Ve'en sur ke Elohenu, there is no rock like our God. So Gemara says here, Al tikre ensur ella en sayar. Don't read ensur, read en sayar. What is sayar? Painter. There is no painter like Hashem. So Gemara says a person paints a painting, that's it, it's flat, doesn't have any movement, doesn't have any. But Hashem, when it paints a painting, it makes a child, puts ruach in it, puts intentions in it, all these parts of the body in it, right? The best artist in the world brings life to the world. Al tarbu tadabru geva. Don't talk too much with arrogance and more lots of arrogance. Yetze atag mipechem, and hardiness comes from your mouth.
Haughtiness?
Being arrogant, being,
Father Buzurgi.
yes. Ki el deod Hashem. That's the one that is referred to Atachonan, that Hashem is the one that knows everything. Velo nitkenu alilot, and to him all the deeds are accounted. Nitkenu means accounted, alilot are the deeds. Everything you do in the world is accounted for. You cannot say, I do it, don't worry about it. Nothing happened. Yes, something happens. Everything you do, everything you say, there is the account for it. You either get reward for it or punishment. There's nothing that goes
Who's saying this?
unaccounted. These are all the song of Hannah. That's what it says. Hannah, when she had a child, she started singing praise to Hashem, and that's a nevuah. That's how we know she was a nevuah. She had a lot of deep prophecies come from this. Keshet Geburim Chatim, the bow of the strong man, broken, V'nichshalim azlu chayim, and the ones that are weak, they gain strength. Right? So again, according to Targum Oziel, these are all different times that the Bnei Israel, they defeat the enemies, right? And that the very strong enemies, they get defeated. And referring to this part, it says referring to Gog and Magog, that they have strong weapons, Keshet Geburim, right? And they all get destroyed. And Nechshalim, the weak ones, they became strong. Sebeim Belechem Niskaru, remember that Targum said this is referring to Benot Bnei Haman. It's through Purim is coming. Right? They were the ones who were very satiated. They got higher. That means they became poor. They had to go hire themselves for money. Urevi'im chadlu, and the ones that they were hungry, they stopped working. That means they got money. Ad akara yalda shiv'a, until the akara, which is referring to herself, the ones that barren, she gave birth to 7 children. The Rabbat Banim Umlala, and the one that had a lot of children got deprived. She lost her children, referring to Penina. There's one problem in here because it says she gave birth to 7, but we know she had herself. She had Shemuel, plus later on Eli gives them another blessing, and she has another 5, 3 and 2, 3 boys, 2 girls. So 5 plus 1 is not 7, it's 6. So there are 2 ways to explain it. It says maybe here she was only referring to Shemuel himself, that is gematria of 7. Shiv'ah and Shemuel is the same gematria. That's what I heard.
4 boys, 2 girls?
Including Shemuel. She had 3 and 2 later on, afterwards. But Or another explanation is Shemuel, we said, Moshe ve'Aaron bekohanav u'Shmuel bekol Shemo. Shemuel was counted as two. She counts him as two because like she was compared to Moshe and Aaron. Right? So therefore, she calls her children as 7. And then what happened to Penina, Rabbot Banim? She had 10 children. Every time that Hannah was giving birth to one child, 2 of Penina's children would die. Until 8 of her children died, and she came begging Hannah, please forgive me. And the last 2 didn't die. Okay, that's very severe, but that's why you say, even though you do something L'Shem Shamayim, you cannot do it in a way to hurt somebody else.
It's very dangerous.
It has to be, if it is something between you and Hashem, okay, L'Shem Shamayim you do, Hashem forgives. But to hurt somebody else's feeling, Hashem doesn't forgive.
ببین اینجا نوشته که باید 3 برخا پسر بیاری 2 برخا دختر.
Hashem memit umechaye. Here they say she was praying for children of Korach to have chelek in Olam Haba. Why children of Korach? We know that first of all, Shemuel was descendant of the Korach, as we said before. And what made Korach go under? Thought of that, I'm going to have Shemuel. Wow. I must be great.
Oh, wow.
So because of my son, he went under, at least give his children, bring them back to Olam Haba. That was prayer for her. That's why he said, Bnei Korach lo metu. They got Olam Haba. Morit Sheol ve'ya'al. He brings them down, you see from here, brings them down to Sheol and brings them back up. Sheol referring to Gehinnom. Hashem Morish, Hashem makes a person poor. If someone is rich, cannot depend on himself. I'm set for life. In a second, Hashem could make him poor. Uma Ashir, and also can make somebody rich. It's all in the hands of Hashem. Mashpil af merumem, he brings down and also rise a person up. Mekim afardal, he gets up from the dust, a poor person, pulls him up from the dust. Ma'ashfot yarim evyon, from the garbage heap, he rises the desolate, the needy. Again, mekim afardal. Afar is what? Dust. Dal is poor person. Hashem mekim, get him up. Make him stand up from the. That's right. Ashfod also means garbage. From garbage, Yarim, he brings up Evion, someone that is needy. Those needy people that go collecting garbage, all of a sudden Hashem could make them rich. Loshiv im nedivim, and make them sit with the nobles. All of a sudden you see someone that was very poor, all of a sudden now he's sitting between the noble people. And he gives them the chair of the honor. Because the pillars of the land belongs to Hashem. And he set upon them the world. Basically the whole world depends on Hashem. Everything, this is a very great lesson, and everything you do, everything you have, all depends on Hashem. We have to realize this, that every moment is the will of Hashem, that to continue the whole life, the whole cycle of life to continue. Everything is the will of Hashem. Every moment Hashem has the will for the world to continue. Otherwise, it won't. This is one of the chasadim that Hashem has, how much chesed He has, and how much patience He has. He even gives power to ones who go against Him. Someone who's doing Averah, doing Avodah Zarah, doing against Hashem, Hashem is still pumping life to him. Right? That's how much patience He has. Like Le Chasadav Ishmor, Hashem will watch the footsteps of His Hasidim, His pious people. Ureshayim b'choshech yidamu.
Or Rishayim b'choshech.
No, Shmor, Kama.
Uh-huh.
Ureshayim b'choshech yidamu. And the Rashayim, in the darkness, they get silenced.
خواب again.
They stay in the darkness. They get stuck in the darkness. Kilo bekoach igbarish. A man does not get greatness with power. Right? Who gives him greatness? Hashem. Hashem yechatu merivav. Hashem will shatter the ones who fight Him. Allah b'shamayim yar'em, on Him Hashem will thunder. B'shamayim yar'em Hashem will pour thunders upon Him. Yadin afse aretz, and He will establish the ends of He will judge, Yadin. He will judge the ends of the earth. Vayten oz lemalko, He gives power to His king. Who is His king? Referring, according to some Mefarshim, this is referring to King Mashiach or King David. Right? So here she was giving a nevuah that her son is going to appoint David HaMelech, which from him Mashiach will come. Vayarem keren meshicho. Here is the keren that we said. The horn of his Mashiach will rise, the pride of his Mashiach, which is King David, will rise. That shows, again, her prophecy was that her son will appoint the king with the keren, with the proper king with the horn, which we see later on, that he puts oil in the shofar, like a horn, and goes and anoints David HaMelech.
Is this such nice poetic songs? Is it anywhere in the Siddur?
This is, some people read it every morning, right after Kaddish Li. This is there, every morning. It's also after of Rosh Hashanah. Every morning, some people read it. Right after the Kaddish Li, read it Palachana. Yes? Bring us to do this. Okay. Yes. After. Okay. Now we go back to the story. Okay, so far, she prays. Now we're going to go back to the story. Elkanah was the father of Shemuel. Vayelech Elkanah haramata el betoh. Elkanah went to Ramat, to his house. V'hanar haya mesharet et Hashem. And Na'ar, who is that? That Shemuel, which was a little boy. He was 2 years old when they brought him. Again, this was part of her neder, that if Hashem give me a child, I'm going to give him away for Hashem. So she kept him for 2 years. She brought him in Mishkan Shiloh to serve over there as a Levi. And it says what? V'anar haya mesharet et Hashem el penei Eli HaKohen. He was serving Hashem in front of Eli HaKohen. So it says, the Mefarshim say from here, Chacham say, why it says Mesharet et Hashem, serving Hashem, he was working for Eli. So it says, whoever serves Talmidei Chachamim is serving Hashem. Right? And it says, Udav Kobo. How do you connect yourself to Hashem? Right? It says, you have to stick to Hashem. How do you connect yourself to Hashem? Connect yourself to Talmidei Chachamim. That's all comes from here. You see? It says, since he was working for Eli, serving Eli, it says he was serving Hashem. Now contrast with Shemuel was Bnei Eli. Eli had two sons that they were in Chofni. We're going to see their names soon. They were head Kohanim in Mishkan. And they were doing things wrong, and now comes the contrast. Bnei Eli. Bnei Beli Ya'al. They were, Belial is a very bad word. Remember, we had those people that did the wrong thing in the Giv'ah. They calls them Belial. Belial means someone that doesn't, lawless, doesn't hold, doesn't, No, this is not
Eli.
Yes.
اینجا جوری دیگه نوشته الیا با عین نوشته.
Yes. نه همیشه با این. وبني Eli, Bnei Al, they were basically whoever doesn't have fear of Hashem. They don't keep laws. They don't keep the
Godless.
God. Lo yadu et Hashem. Here it says again, right? They did not know Hashem. That means they didn't fear Hashem. That doesn't mean that they didn't know who's Hashem.
الی با اون الی فرق میکنه.
Same one. His sons went the wrong way. They did the wrong things, right? They had too much power, too much mafia, right? They were in charge, so they thought they can do whatever they want. Umishpat HaKohanim Edam. Now it tells you what things they were. There's count of 5 things they did wrong, but some of them are here. Umishpat HaKohanim Edam. That's what their law was with the nation. These two Kohanim, they did this. Kol ish zoveach zevach. Any person who brought sacrifice, uba na'ar hakohen kebashel abasar, and when he was cooking the meat, one of these Kohanim would come, this young Kohanim, right, which is the sons of Eli. V'hamazleg shalosh hashinim beyado, and he had a fork with 3 forks in it, 3 teeth. Vehika bekior, and he would hit with that fork. He would go inside the pot, right? Insert it in the pot. Or bedod, those bigger pot. Or bekalachat, or in the pan. Or beparud, or kettle, wherever they were cooking the sacrifice. Kol asher yaleh hamazleg yikach hakohen. Whatever would come out with this fork, the Kohen would take. Basically, would take something that doesn't belong to him. That part that they were cooking for themselves, that was their own part. Already, we'll see, the Kohen would take his own part, plus he would come and say, oh, you're cooking? Okay, I'm taking part of it. They would do this to all the Jews that would come to Shiloh. I don't know how much meat these guys could eat, but they were very greedy. Another problem was, before they burned the sacrifice parts on the Mizbeach, the chelev that was supposed to be burnt before the Kohen takes his share. ובא נער הכהן ואמר לאיש הזובח, תנה בשר לסלוד לכהן. The young Kohen would come to the person who brought the sacrifice and would say, give the meat for barbecue of the Kohen. ולא ייקח ממך בשר מבושל. I'm not taking cooked meat from you, כי אם חי, I want raw. Right? So this was big avera, because you have to first bring the part for Hashem, then the Kohen takes it. But they wanted to take it before Hashem. They jumped the gun, basically. So that was another problem they had. Vayomer elav haish kater ikterun kayom achelev. So the person who brought the sacrifice would say, wait, let them bring the part of the sacrifice, burn it on the Mizbech for Hashem, then take whatever you want. Whatever your soul deserves. And he would say, no, you have to give it to me right now. Right? So from here, see, they were acting like mafia. If not, I force you to give it to me. Right? They would beat up the people. By force, they would take their portion. So they would, first of all, take more than they would deserve. Second of all, they take before you give the parts to Hashem, which is against the halakha. Another thing they did wrong, we'll see soon. The sin of these young people were very big. El Penei Hashem, in front of Hashem. Because they disgraced the mincha of Hashem. People were not happy to bring sacrifices anymore. It wasn't pleasant for them. So this was a disgrace for all the gift that people brought for Hashem. Ushmuel, Mesharet, et Penei Hashem. Again, it goes to contrast with Shemuel. On the other hand, Shemuel was serving, right? Mesharet, Penei Hashem, serving Hashem. Na'ar Chagur Efod Bad. He was a young man wearing linen clothing, right? Umme'il Katan Ta'aselo Imo. This was his famous coat that he used to wear. Her mom made her a small coat, Me'il. Everyone, once a year that she would come, she would bring it. She would bring her sacrifices to Hashem, and the sacrifices of that day. So basically, every holiday she would bring him like a special clothing to wear, her coat, and after holiday she would take it back, so he doesn't ruin it. Special holiday clothing. And then it said Mefarshim said this coat stayed with him afterwards when he became Nabi. He was wearing this coat for the rest of his life, and with that coat they buried him, because when it's later on we see in the park that when they bring him, the witch bring him back from the dead, right away she sees the coat, he says, oh, I see a ghost wearing that coat, it must be Shemuel. So this was a special coat that they buried him with that.
What happened? What happened here? Why did they bring him back?
We'll see. This is the whole story about it. Shaul was looking for him after his death. He went to a big witch to bring him back. The story, we get to it, end of the book. یه خورده داریم هایلایت های بعدا رو بهشون بگیم ادورتایز میکنیم برای شیورهای دیگه. و برخ الی الکانا. Here is the bracha of Eli. This is the second bracha, right? The first blessing that Eli gave was to Hannah. This one is to Elkanah. Eli gave a bracha to Elkanah ve'ed ishto, and to his wife. Va'amar yasim Hashem lecha zera min ha'isha hazot. You should have children from this lady. Tachat ha'she'elah asher sha'ala Hashem, because of the request that he asked from Hashem. V'alchu lemkomo, and they went to their place. So one of these years when he came to visit, Eli gave him a bracha. Ki pakad Hashem et Chana, and this is what happens. Hashem remembered Chana, v'tahar v'telet shelosha banim ushte banot, and she had three more boys and 2 girls. بله, so هفتان is 6.
دیگه مگه اینجا ننوشته
3 boys, 2 girls.
شبانود آخر
Okay, that's it. That's the. This is 5.
پنج تا بابا
5 plus Shemuel 6. Vayigdal ara Shemuel im Hashem. Okay, so those were separate, but Shemuel was growing with Hashem inside the Shiloh. Ve'eli zaken meot. And Eli was very old. What does it mean very old for a Kohen? Kohen could serve, it's not like Levi. Levi has a limited time to work in Beit HaMikdash. Kohen could work, doesn't matter, doesn't expire. So what does it mean very old? As long as could do avodah, but when the hand shakes, that's called very old. Already you cannot do avodah, you cannot do shechita. Their hands starts shaking. Basically, that's their retirement. ושמע את כל אשר יעשו בניו לכל ישראל. He heard what his children doing to all the Jewish people. אשר ישכבון את הנשים הצובעות פתח אוהל מועד. This is the other sin that they did. It literally means that they would sleep with the ladies that they were lining up in the Oil Moed. But Gemara says whoever says that is making a mistake. They didn't actually do that. Their punishment was as much as that. What did they do that they deserve such a punishment? When the ladies would come, the ladies give birth, they come, they bring a pigeon, 2 doves, right? They come there, they said, okay, you stay online, stay there, and let us take care of these other people who brought
bigger
animals, right? Todah, Shalamim, we're getting portions here. You guys stay. They made them stay until the next day. Overnight they have to stay there. They don't go back to their husband. Oh, you stop the Priyarvia as if you slept with them. That's how bad it was, their sin. That what the lady is coming to bring her sacrifice to go back to her husband. They say, no, you stay. Come back tomorrow. They made them stay online the whole night, overnight.
Why?
Bother them. We could. First, we want to take care of the ones who give us good meat. What's this picture even?
اونجا گاو گوسفند نامی آوردن خواستن گاو گوسفند ها اینا را بخورن.
So people went and said, they're doing this. And Eli heard. ויאמר להם למה תעשון כדברים האלה? By the way, we'll see soon that this was too late. Eli woke up too late. He brought them up like this. They didn't say anything until it was too late already. So therefore, Eli is going to get big punishment also. Not only his children, he's going to get punishment for bringing up children like this. Right? Earlier in time when he could change them, he didn't change them. Now that it's too late, he's waking up, people saying bad things about you. He told them, why are you doing such a thing? That I am hearing. I'm hearing from all the nation bad things about you. Al Banai, don't do this. Ki lo tova hashimua asher ani shomea ma'averim am Hashem. This news that is going around the nation of Hashem that I'm hearing is not good. If a person sins against another person, damages another person, Elohim here means judges. The judges will judge him. Okay, tell him you pay how much you owe, you pay him. Right? So there's a way to get out of it, to do teshuvah. But if you're stealing from Hashem, who are you going to pay back? Who's going to judge him? They did not hear the voice of their father. This is a very strong thing, because what Hashem didn't want them to hear. What? It says Hashem wanted to kill them. What happened here? Usually, you wanted, Hashem doesn't stop you from doing teshuvah. What happened here? Sounds like story of Paro. When Hashem stopped him from doing teshuvah, he hardened his heart. So what about here? Look at Rashi. Ki chafes Hashem le'amitam. Shekevar nichtam gezardin. The gezardin was signed and sealed already. Too late, right? Aval kodem shenichtam gezardin, but before the gezardin is being sealed, ne'emar kilo echfos b'mot hamed. It says what? I'm not pleased to kill somebody. Hashem wants Russia to come back. But that's always before the Gezardin. Once it's too late and Hashem did the Gezardin, there is no going back. V'anar Shemuel holech. Now again contrast with Shemuel. Anar Shemuel holech v'gadal v'tov. Shemuel was growing very good, like a good person. Gam im Hashem, gam im anashim. He was good with people and good with Hashem and with people. Everyone loved him. Kol shenoach beriyot semecha mimeno, ruach Hashem semecha mimeno. That was in Pirkei Avot, right? Kol sheruach Hashem nocha mimeno, ruach beriyot nocha mimeno, ruach Hashem nocha mimeno. Whoever people like him, you have to be sure that Hashem likes him too. Someone that is liked by people, then it shows that he's doing the right thing. So that's Shemuel here. It says with Im Hashem ve'in Anashim. Vayavo ish Elohim el Eli. A prophet came to Eli. Who is that? Rashi says the Elkanah. So we see Elkanah, father of Shemuel, was also prophet. He got a prophecy. And once you get the prophecy, you're not allowed to hold it for yourself. You have to say it. So he came to Eli, even though Eli gave him a bracha, but now he has to break the bad news to Eli. Vayomer elav ko amar Hashem. He said, that's what Hashem said. Haniglod niglalti el bet avicha. Didn't I appear to the household of your father? Biyutam b'Mitzrayim, when they were in Mitzrayim. Eli comes from Itamar HaKohen. Itamar was what? Son of Aaron. Aaron, Moshe. Hashem said, I appeared to them. These are your great grandfathers, right? When they were Lebet Paro, they were under Paro. I appeared to your forefathers. The whole question is, how come Eli here is Kohen Gadol, right? If you remember, Pinchas was still around. Peleget Begiva, who did they go to ask from Urim and Tumim? From Pinchas. So how come here Eli is Kohen Gadol? Because after Peleget Begiva was such a disaster that happened to the whole Kahal Israel that they demoted Pinchas. He said, you couldn't do anything about it. He went down, so Hashem chose Eli, which was not from Elazar, was from Itamar, the other son of Pharaoh. So here is telling him, I appeared to your fathers in Misraim. I chose him, Aaron HaKohen. I chose him from all the Shabbatim of Israel. Lila Kohen, to be Kohen for me. La'alod al mizbachi v'laktir ketoret, to bring sacrifices for me and bring ketoret. La'ased ephod lefanav, to wear ephod, the bigdei Kohen kehuna. Ve'etena lebet avicha et kol ishei bnei Israel, and I gave to the household of your father all the sacrifices of Bnei Israel. Every sacrifice, they get a part. Lama teba'etu bezivchi, why did you kick my sacrifices? You disgraced it. Ubeminchati, and my menachot, my gift. asher tziviti, that I ordered, ma'on v'techabed, I ordered for my dwelling place, which is the Mishkan, v'techabed, to be honored. Those were for honor of my place. Sorry, v'techabed banecha mimeni. You honored your children more than me. So the telling Ali. All
Elkanah is telling me.
he's telling Ali, yeah, you honored your children more than me. Why? All the sacrifice part that was supposed to go to me is going to your children.
They're eating it.
They're eating it. Ulabiram, to make them fat. Mireshit kol minchad Israel la'amid. So the best part of mincha of Israel, of my nation. Right? All those best part that have supposed to go to me, they taking it. Lachen Noam Hashem Elokei Israel. So therefore Hashem. Yes. Lachen Noam Hashem Elokei Israel. Emor Amarti Beitcha uBeit Avicha Yithalechu lefanai. Hashem said. Therefore Hashem said, I thought your household and your household of your father, they're gonna go in front of me, they're going to do my ways, they go on my ways. Ad olam, until forever. I wanted you to be Kohen Gadol and your children forever. V'ata Noam Hashem, Chalila li ki mechabedai achabed ubozai yikalu. And Hashem said, no, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to give honor to who gives me honor, and whoever disgraces me, I'm going to curse. So therefore, since your children disgrace me, I'm going to take that honor away from you.
From
Yeah.
Wow.
הנה ימים באים וגדעתי את זרועך. Days will come and I will cut your arms ואת זרוע בית אביך, and the arm of your family. מיות זקן בביתך, from being an old person in your house. This is the curse that no one from his descendants of Eli become old. Everyone is going to die young. From through the generation. We see all the way to time of Gemara, we had people who died when they were 18. They would die if they were 18. Abaye and Rabbi, two famous characters in Gemara, they were both from descendants of Eli. And they said, even though we are descendants of Eli, we lived longer. One of them lived 40 years, one of them 60 years. Why? Because we did Torah and Gemulut Chasadim. That gave them extra life. They bought extra life for themselves. But generally, anyone from descendants of Eli would die 18. V'havita sar ma'on, and you will see, Sar is the co-wife, is a rival, right? Ma'on, in my dwelling place, that means another Kohen Gadol will come instead of you. B'chol asher yativ et Israel, and is going to someone that is going to be good for Israel. V'lo yezaken bebetecha kol hayamim, and no one in your household will become old for eternity, all the times. Ve'ish lo achrit lecha me'im mizbechi lechalot edenecha. I'm not going to cut. That means right away. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to cut people from my mizbeach lechalot edenecha, so your eyes will be dimmed. And make your soul sad. Basically, you will see with your own eyes all the punishment that's going to come to you. Marbit betecha yamud anashim. And whoever grows in your house, raises in your house, will die anashim when he's young. So that from here we see that was anashim is 18. From when they were 18 years old, they would die.
From Anashim, یاد میگیریم که 18.
18 is called anashim already. Bechurim, right? It becomes bechur. V'zeh lecha ha'ot, and this is your sign. The Navi is telling him. The Elkanah is telling Eli. Look how what a shocking prophecy is giving him. Asher yavot. This is a sign that this thing will come true. Et shnei banecha, et Chofni uPinchas, that your two children, Chofni and Pinchas, beyom echad yamutu shenehem. Both of them will die in one day.
Aaron's son died on the same day also.
Yeah, but this is different. V'akimoti li kohen ne'eman. I will bring a kohen ne'eman for myself. Who is that? Rashi says, who? Sadok. Sadok will get to him all the way to Book of Melachim. Was Kohen for David and Shlomo many years later. Yeah. Sadok Kohen Gadol. That's referring to that, Kohen Ne'eman. Kasher bilvavi u'benafshi, the way I desire in my heart, Ya'aseh, that's what he's going to do. Baniti lo Beit Ne'eman, I will build a Beit Ne'eman for him, trustworthy house. Ve'ithalech lifnei Meshichi kol hayamim, and he will serve my Mashiach, which is my king, all the time. So referring to David and Shlomo. V'haya kol hanotar bebetecha, and whoever is left from your descendants, Yavo le'ishtachavot lo, is going to come to bow down to him. La'arugat kesef, for a coin of like one coin, small coin, ve'kikar lechem, and get some bread. Basically, he's telling Eli, your descendants are going to be very poor. They're going to come to other Kohanim for money, to beg for money and for bread. V'amar safechinina el achad hakohanot le'echol pad lechem, and they would tell the Kohen Gadol, please send me to one of the Kohanim to give me a piece of bread. That's what the prophecy was to Eli. Very sad ending of the Perek, and we'll see more about it, how it comes through this prophecy, and again will be also repeated by Shemuel himself. Next Perek is tomorrow. We'll see how Shemuel becomes a Navi.
On time.
Tomorrow next